Hi guys, I'm live. Um, I'm cold, kind of, so I have a shirt on. I go with the flow, and I'm cold, and that's what I'm wearing. So I'm not always one thing. I don't always just come on video with my golden underwear. But anyway, I wanted to do this video to talk about Al Bain and Motley Crue, and also their security guy. His name was Charlie Babbit. I have a good feeling about him, and I want to do a shout out to him. You know, it was kind of messed up that John Lennon got remembered mainly for being assassinated, even more than his actual music. It seems like, and I think he was so great, but all we seem to be able to remember is they killed him. So security's tight, and I thank you, Charlie Babbit, for holding it down security. And also for vetting Megan so quickly. I'm inviting my friend Megan Lee Rusi to come with me and Motley Crue and Al Bain, and they did a really quick vetting of her and said she was good, but they did a really good fast job for me, and I appreciate that, Charlie. And also, Al is like almost like a dad I never had. I mean, I've had, like, if you count him, I've had three dads. I had my natural dad, Jim Morrison, who I never met, which includes my natural grandpa, who was Steve Morrison, Admiral for the Navy, which explains a lot, believe me. I couldn't get it all around just thinking of Jim himself being my dad, but when I realized, oh yeah, his dad was Steve Morrison, Admiral for the Navy. Oh, that's that side of me too. Okay, I get it. Then I have my adoptive dad that really taught me a lot, but was basically a piece of work. And then Al Bain is like the dad that just is chill, that just gets me and lets me have some freedom and lets me have my moment of just screw you, dad, and then also, but he gets it, And in the end, I just was working out my process, and I didn't mean any harm, and I didn't even mean any disrespect. I didn't mean any disrespect. I was just working through my process, and he gets that. He's a rocker. He's old enough to be my uncle, and he's been wild himself. So, that even makes me feel like I'm even more accepted than I started out feeling, because it's like with my adoptive dad even. We had times with me and my adopted. I never challenged him physically, of course. He just floored me, but I challenged him with what I said and my attitude. And sometimes I would just say, "Fuck you, Dad," and just "fuck you," and he would say, "Get out of my house," and I would be out of his house before he finished speaking that sentence. The next day, I just call him and say, "Hey, Dad, you just want to chill and forget about that?" Sure. Next thing you know, he dies of Lou Gehrig's disease, and I'm probably maybe his only optional friend he had at the end. Friend he didn't have to be his friend, like his Mason people and his Navy SEAL people and his work people and Kelly Johnson people and the Skunk Works and Lockheed and all the people that had to be his friend, and I was just his friend, and I wasn't pulling punches with him, and I wasn't. I didn't have any ulterior motives. I was just his friend, and I think he really got that. And I think it helped him in the end, even, to have me as a friend. So there's that. And having said that, Al Bain was actually pleasantly noticed that I was a professional enough to know that Motley Crue tuned down to D. I do my homework. I know my music, and so does Al, and he appreciates that. He said, "Proud of you, son." They tuned it. So we're going to tune down to D for the song. I'm not going to tune all my guitars down to D because I still need one in E and one in E flat. But I've got the white Jim guitars tuned to D, and my purple phase Jackson soloist guitar is tuned to D. That'll be enough. A Jackson and a Jim, I think that's sufficient. And they're both tuned to D as we speak. And then there's the song list. It's only 2 days till Thursday, so sweating it out here. I just to show that I do my homework, and I do have a good memory. The song list is as follows. If you include the karaoke songs and the songs we're playing, we're doing Wild Side, Live Wire, Kickstart My Heart, Let me get my Shout at the Devil, Merry-Go-Round, Public Enemy #1. I requested Dr. Feelgood, and we're doing Jet by Paul McCartney as a cover. And did I leave anything out? I said Wild Side. Oh, and Girls, Girls, Girls. Okay, I see. Even when my mind glitches a little and I don't know it, I sense that and I go, I didn't get it all. We're doing Girls, Girls, Girls. Dr. Feelgood is my suggestion. Wild Side and Shout at the Devil. Shout at the Devil. Kickstart My Heart. Live Wire. Public Enemy #1. Merry-Go-Round. And Jet by Paul McCartney. I think it sounds like a whole album. It sounds like enough to do an actual tour with. I mean, you go to a concert and, you know, it's great. You have an hour and a half of playing, but you really do realize usually you only hear 7 to 10 songs, which is really kind of funny because you get a whole show out of not just a few songs done right and done well and done with energy and power. Just carry the whole show. So I'm excited. I haven't physically picked up the guitar to learn those songs as of yet. And I did say Wild Side the last time I recorded the song list, I hope, because that's in there too. I got it all in my head. Now I got to do the songs. And fortunately, fortunately, when I do songs on my channel that are covers, I always sing and play at the same time. But I just had to remind myself that I only have to play because there's Vince there. Vince Neil's going to be singing. I don't have to sing everything. So I just have to learn the songs on guitar. Except I'm going to sing Wild Side with Vince. Albane wants me to because he wants me to He wants me to do my dance moves and show the guys that too. I really appreciate that. You know, what am I going to say? I covered Michael Jackson. I covered, what did I do karaoke wise? I did, and also on my channel, I did The Way You Make Me Feel. I did that on my channel as a song, and I did it in a karaoke. And I was at, it may sound like I'm rambling here, but I was at Spindle's Music Shack in Temecula, California. And my friend there, I don't even know his name, but he's the owner. He goes, "Hey, Jimmy, can you do the moonwalk?" And just that quickly, I tried it for the first time and I did it. That's how it happened. I just did it. I tried it one time, did it. I can do it now. So thank you to him. But I just had to get it in my head. Do moonwalk. Okay. Try it. Do it. Oh, that's now. Okay. I can do it. So, okay. So, you know, I apologize. Like, again, maybe I'm saying it again, but I apologize for whatever I had to get out of my system with Al, and I wasn't trying to be a smart aleck or whatever you call that. I just had to do my process, and Al gets that. He gets it. I go through my process, and it's not always easy being shirtless guy. You know, I'm literally have a shirt right now, and I'm called shirtless guy. That's confusing already. No, but he gets it. You know, we all have to work through our process, and sometimes it comes off like South. And then you go, well, I didn't really mean that, but yet I needed to say it. So it's like a weird paradox. You know, I didn't mean it really, but I needed to say it just so I don't have to anymore or something, or just to get it out of my system. So I love you, Albane. I love you, Motley Crue, Nikki Sixx, Tommy Lee, Vince Neil. Holy shit! I'm doing the guitar spot. Oh, okay. I guess I love myself. LOL. But I love you, John 5. Also, I know John 5 can't do it because of contracts. He can't do this particular thing, and Mick Mars isn't in the band right now. But I just want to say, like I've said, you know, Motley Crue, or it was in Behind the Music in 2003 or something, where Nikki Sixx says, you know, I think that I'm just quoting him from memory. I didn't rehearse this. He goes, you know, I think that it'll be nice that after we're gone, we would have left a nice indelible scar on the face of rock and roll. You know, that's a good way of putting it. You know, like that scar that doesn't go away. That was Motley Crue. You know, and he also says, and Nikki Sixx also says, in Behind the Music, he says something like, you know, but seriously, we'll all be considered as one of the greatest bands that ever walked the earth. Motley Crue he's talking about. So I love you guys. Looking forward to Thursday. I'll be out there with my guitar. Love you guys. And I'll be live the whole time. I'll have my phone charged and recording, and love you guys. Peace, rock and roll.